How's it going, guys? RealRadman here, back at it again with another video, and I had to put the face cam on for this one. So hopefully the face cam looks alright. I know I look like Two-Face over here, you know, Harvey Dent, Black Side over here, so sorry about that. But yeah, NASCAR Heat 2, we've got the news, we've got the details, we have finally got the details, and I will be the first one to say I was surprised. I was very surprised, and pleased. I was somewhat pleased. But there are a couple of things here that I just want to say. There is kind of a little, it's there, but I'm a little bit worried about it. But man, they've put a lot of things in there that I did not think was going to come this year. Maybe somewhere down the line, but not this year. So all credit to 704 Games. Now I know you guys are probably like, yo, let's see what they are. So let's get right into it. All right, so there were two articles, one on Game Informer, one on Polygon, and yeah, well, let's just get right into it. There will be screenshots and pictures of the game and stuff like that as the video goes along, so do not worry about that. There's no gameplay yet, no actual video, but we will be getting that soon. So yeah, here we go. So format and career mode. The game features the Monster Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Camping World Truck Series. That is something that you guys have wanted big time. And like I said, I wasn't huge on adding it, but I knew it was probably a necessity. I thought there were other things that needed to be done before they added it, but hey, it's in there. I'm happy with it. Let's see how it goes. Including many of the series drivers and 6 new tracks, which are 3 road courses, 2 ovals, and a dirt track. Now, I did not see this coming whatsoever. So Eldora is in the game, and here are a couple of pictures of Eldora. And this made my heart just blood. I was so happy to hear Eldora was in the game. If there was one thing I know these devs can get right, they've done dirt racing before. They've done dirt track racing on NASCAR Dirt to Daytona. They can get it right. I have trust in them to do that, even though I don't have trust in them to do a lot of things correct, but I have trust in them to do dirt racing right. So hopefully that is done right. And there is one road course that has been added, and that is Mid-Ohio. But it does say 3 or 6 new tracks. So there might be other road courses. I'm not sure exactly what they are. Mid-Ohio is confirmed. Eldora is confirmed. There's 2 new ovals, which I'm not really sure of. Maybe Iowa, but I don't know. But yeah, this is Mid-Ohio. You can see the picture right there. And Eldora. Those are the 2 tracks that we know are confirmed as being new. But I do not know what the other tracks are. NASCAR Heat 2 introduces stage racing and also features each series appropriate playoff structure. So for all 3 series, you will get whatever format you want, basically. Whatever the format is in real life, you'll get it. You can customize your car. There is not a full paint booth. Now, I stress that probably wouldn't be happening. There are the customizations kind of like set templates. You can pick something, so I don't know if you guys will be happy with that, but there is customization. Speed points will return from the first game, but this is something I very much like. The tracks will not be restricted, so you can race wherever you want the second you get the game. The front menu has a news feed that contains articles about real-world NASCAR events. Now, if you remember when we talked about the leaked menu screen, that's what I thought it was going to be, was the news feed for real-life events, and that's exactly what it is. So real life events. I don't know if career is going to have some Twitter stuff in there, but the career mode there hasn't been a lot released about career mode in these articles, but we'll see what goes on down the road. Let's move on to multiplayer. This video is going to be really long. Let's move on to multiplayer. So 2 players can race each other in offline split screen. Apparently this was a huge deal among you guys. Again, for me, I'm not I think every game should have split screen, so if it was necessary, then yeah, you should have had it in there. But it should have already been in there already, but hopefully they got it in, and they did. And they are currently looking at alternate camera modes that will be available. So, other than hood, cockpit, and chase, maybe some other stuff, including using the right analog stick to move around the car. Whether you play online or off, points based on your performance will be tracked on a rolling 4-race basis. The points leader at the end of every 4 races will be crowned king. These races can span different series. So if you guys don't understand what this means, if you've played Dirt 4 or F1, how there are maybe multiple events that lead to a championship. So in Dirt, if you had 4 rally stages, that's a championship. If you have 4 rally cross events, that's a championship. This is basically the same thing. You have 4 races that encompass a championship, and it's, points are rewarded for each race, and then at the end you get one that's a rewarded champion, or king in this case. That's exactly what this is. Leaderboards track who's best at that track, who's top 5 in wins, etc. So if you remember NASCAR 09, which to me had the best online out of any NASCAR game, you have leaderboards. It's going to be just like that. You keep track of it. I don't know how the leaderboards will work in terms of, you know, if you move up or down based on races, or, you know, if you just play the game the most and win the most races, then you're already up top. I'm not sure how that's going to work. All lobbies are available at the same time and can be browsed through. Again, that has been carried over, and that is I've always said that NASCAR Heat Evolution actually has a really good online format, so I don't want it to be really changed. I like it, so it's going to stay the same. You can choose to fill out the remaining field with AI cars. Now this is a huge deal. I want to stress like how big this is, how hard this is to do actually. And this is probably the one detail that shocked me the most, is that it's kind of difficult to get the AI to work properly when other people are also racing. If you have like 10 online racers, and you also have AI cars, that's difficult. Now, if you could change the difficulty among the AI, we don't know yet, but this is really big news for online racers, including league races. If you have 20 people in a league and you want to fill it out with the AI, this is a huge deal. So this is, you know, it's lower down in the list, but this is a huge deal for you guys, and I think this is going to be great for the game. Customized and DLC cars can be taken online, kind of like NASCAR 09. You can customize your car, you can take it online, other people will be able to see it. The developer says it's still finalizing more details about the game's online structure, so there should be more details before the launch. So can't really say anything about that. Gameplay, there are only 2 bullets here, which kind of worries me, but gameplay. Monster is working on the game's bump drafting and side drafting systems to make them more useful. Again, side drafting has become a huge part in NASCAR. No game has been able to get it so far, so let's see if these guys can get it. And damage, at least visually, has been expanded, allowing for more ways to make your car ugly. This includes crumpled and flipped up hoods. So, and that's just the beginning. So guys, this is one article. Let's move on to the other article. There's a lot more in-depth detail in there. Some things that have me excited, some things that I kind of worry about, so let's just get into that too. And yeah, this is some really interesting news. So hopefully you guys can enjoy the game. Let's just go. I'm gambling on for some reason. We saw it, we heard it from the fans and people on the message boards that there was not a lot of depth to the game online included. Sean Wilson, thank you, buddy. We know we harass you on Twitter. Thank you. We needed to give you a reason to actually stay and play more. Fans' 2 biggest demands have been answered, and while they seem just like simple inclusions, they will be, you know, the cup trucks and camping world, and split screen. So let's move on. Some rather simple sounding inclusions to online multiplayer, including daily and permanent leaderboards, stat tracking, and the means of adding bot drivers to the field should greatly help the mode. So that just builds on multiplayer. Yo, what if you're watching this, stat tracking isn't online? I know What If Racing has been begging for stats. If it's online, hopefully it's going to be in career mode. We haven't gotten a lot from career mode, but it looks likely that stats will be in career mode, so that should please you. Career mode should be a lot more appealing with the trucks and Xfinity series aboard. Last year, users got a rookie experience that may have been a little too authentic, presenting them with a very long grind to the point where their car and team were capable of banging with top flight drivers, much less win a race, of hanging with top flight. So this part worries me a little bit because I thought career mode was awful in terms of content and racing. I could have easily just finished in the top 15, or if I ran last, it would rubber band effect and put me 15th. So that's what I was worried about. I don't see anything about that in this, so that worries me still. I still do not have faith that career mode is going to be great. They have added trucks and Xfinity, but we had that in NASCAR 09, and NASCAR 09's career mode is pretty bad if you remember it. So it doesn't guarantee you're going to have a good career mode. They need to fix the rubber banding. They need to fix the AI difficulty. They're saying they want to make it a little bit easier to win races. I don't agree with that. I just agree. What I want them to do is eliminate the rubber banding effect. If they eliminate that, I'm okay with it. If they don't, I don't know if I could do career mode, because rubber banding just makes it really difficult to have a realistic race once you make a mistake and then can fly your way back up to 20th place. It just doesn't make sense. In career, drivers will start out racing in the Camping World Truck Series and progress from there, leading to limited offers to race in the higher series, and ultimately an invitation to be a full-time driver for a racing team. At that point, they should be more polished and capable of holding their own against a field notoriously tough on newcomers in real life. Like I've said, not enough details on what's going on in career mode. How is it going to work? Are you just going to sign contracts? But yeah, it's a step. It's a good step. But we'll find out more about career mode hopefully coming soon. Now this is something that is very nice as well. Putting cautions into online multiplayer was a tougher challenge than we thought it would be, Wilson said, but it's something that had to get done. So cautions are in online multiplayer. Huge deal. Gonna make it a lot better. The gameplay has been tuned in a variety of subtle ways. Drafting physics will reflect concepts such as bump drafting and side drafting. The handling options have been modified, with the easier setting now called stability control. NASCAR Heat Evolution had simulation physics and then an assisted mode with one handling preset covering all 36 tracks. Now there will be 42 presets custom made for each course. The more advanced physics settings gives drivers more control over their car's handling and pre-race setup at a cost of more demanding racing conditions. This is good news. This is basically there's going to be a different setup for each track instead of just one covering all tracks. That's very good news. But again, hopefully it makes the handling better, but if this is their only way to fix the handling, I'm not very confident in it. But it will make the handling a little bit better, make the physics maybe a little bit better, but we've had no gameplay saying how do I interact with another car. If I hit the side of another car at Atlanta, am I just going to bounce off of them into the wall? You know, that was the biggest problem with NASCAR Heat Evolution. So hopefully, instead of just changing the setups, which they did, and that's going to help, you know, the actual feel of driving the car, which I said was awful, and this is the worst part of the game, which was the physics. Hopefully they've changed the way cars interact with each other, because that needed to be changed immediately. If they're changing the bump drafting, that does mean when we as a controlled driver hit an AI driver, the way we interact with them will be different. Hopefully that's around all tracks. We don't know yet. Again, there's still a lot we don't know until we get gameplay and get to actually play it ourselves, so haven't really seen it yet. As for the tracks, 6 more have been brought onto the game, like I said before in the previous article, but this one, you have Eldora, and this one doesn't mention Mid-Ohio, but Mid-Ohio is also in the game. So you can see pictures of Eldora. I've been showing them throughout the video, but yeah, Eldora looks good, and again, like I said, I trust these guys with dirt racing. I have no doubt that they'll get that right. Alright, so let's get into a couple of details. So, they recorded more spotter dialogue, particularly for the end of a race where he mentions your performance to cut down on repetition. Flagging the race will now be animated, but the crowd still looks a little static. Pre-alpha build, hopefully they get it right. A blimp will circle the field. A pre-race scene featured drivers mulling about around pit road. Designers have modeled about 16 real-life drivers, and winning a race will reward the user with a post-race victory celebration on the stand with a trophy. The Monster Energy presentator. Why can I not say words? The Monster Energy presenters and cheering fans. So this is something I'm very excited for. It's a good step. I'm going to put it at that, because some of you may see, oh, only 16, why not all 40? Well, here's the thing. You have to learn how to model these guys, and hopefully they look good. If they do, then maybe in the next game or in an update we could get more of the real-life drivers. But there might be like a pre-race, I don't know, pre-race presentation feels more alive. You can celebrate in post-victory lane. I have not seen burnouts. That's not one thing that has been labeled, but I'm pretty sure it should be in this game, hopefully. But yeah, post-race victory celebration with the trophy. The Monster Energy presenters, I couldn't say the word before, but hopefully we get the Monster Energy girls. If you know what I mean, you know I do want those Monster Energy girls. I will not lie. They are beautiful. Challenges from NASCAR Heat Evolution will also return, but 704 promised more variance in them, or variants, or whatever you say, which may cut down on the difficulty that some novices found punishing. Specific incidents can now be introduced into a challenge, such as running out of fuel or an AI racer wiping out and the user being tasked with avoiding the wreck to secure a finish in a higher position. Claire B. Lang, host of Dialed In on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio, provides a narration in introducing the scene and what's at stake. So, if you guys have looked at my NASCAR Dirt to Daytona Beat the Heat, it sounds a lot like that. You have someone, a commentator, an announcer, giving you the scenario. These are scenarios that 704 writes up for you, not real-life scenarios. That's what I wanted. I wanted 704 to give me a cool scenario, and then, you know, whatever I gotta do, I gotta beat it. So this looks a lot better already, or sounds a lot better. Hopefully, again, when we get the game, because we can't really trust these guys yet, when we get the game, hopefully it does play out the way we want it to be. And we have talked about the car customization, but if you want to just get into a little bit more detail, they don't have a true layer editor, but they can choose from several templatized, I cannot speak English today, options and change their colors, driving that car in any mode, including the career. If users opt to stick with the real-life liveries, once made available in premium DLC, will be visible to online racers who don't have it. So let's say someone bought the DLC Pack 3, you don't have DLC Pack 3, you can see their car. You can't use it, but you can still see their car. 704 Games wasn't talking about DLC plans just yet, other than to say free DLC will be offered to everyone. Again, the free DLC will be Toyota based. You're not going to get a free Chase Elliott paint scheme. That's not going to happen. It's not going to work like that. Anything that is a Toyota driver, like Denny Hamlin, Joe Gibbs, Martin Truex Jr., guys like that, they will get free DLC. You'll have probably 15 endless Kyle Busch paint schemes. So you want all the M&Ms in the world, you'll get all the M&Ms in the world for free. You just won't get other drivers like the Ford drivers or Chevy drivers. You will not get those for free. You have to pay for those. NASCAR Heat 2 is planned for a September 12th launch on PlayStation 4, Windows PC, and Xbox One. So guys, I know this has been a very long video, and yeah, there's a lot of details in it. I'll post the links of the articles in the description down below, and yeah, comment down below what you think. I know we haven't seen gameplay, so there is still some reason to be skeptic about all this, but there are some details, just like adding the 6 new courses that really surprised me. Adding the AI into the multiplayer, that shocked me, to be honest. Everything else seems pretty normal. That's why I thought it would to be in. Career mode, it's worrying me a little bit because I see the new added series, but I don't really see much content. So I'm a little bit worried about that. Post-race looks a lot better with victory celebrations. Hopefully we can get a burnout. Pre-race looks a lot better with actual real-life drivers that you will see, kind of like F1. If you don't know what F1 2016 looked like, you know how you are on the grid. You see Fernando Alonso, you see Lewis Hamilton, you see the people holding the umbrellas. It's all the pre-race stuff, so you see that. Hopefully it's a lot better. And yeah, there's a lot more that's going into this. It looks like a very good step. If you want my honest opinion and not just buttering up, it looks like a very good step. Now remember, no, I'm not saying it's going to be a very good game. It looks like a very good step into producing a solid game that, again, will be built on throughout the years. It took F1 5 years, or 4 years to create a really good game. F1 2013 was the first really good game. They started with F1 2010, so it took 4 years for Codemasters to get it right. This is only the second game for 704 games, so I'm not expecting a blow me away NASCAR game. I am expecting a solid game, and hopefully we'll all have fun September 12th. So guys, if you want more NASCAR Heat 2 news or more NASCAR news, all that stuff, go check out the channel below. Hit that subscribe button, please. I would very much appreciate it. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. I will see you guys later. Hope you're having a great day. And peace out.
I can't change. Even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I tried, my love, she keeps me warm.